poster. It explains itself, so I'll go ahead and sit down. No, I'm just kidding. So the first section of the triangle is the biggest because it's pretty much, in real life it is, because a lot of people only have a high school diploma or no diploma. And those are the people that are still living with their moms, driving their high school car, working at McDonald's, still living off somebody, not really on their own yet. And then the second...
And can I ask you, as Daniel presented similar ideas, talk to me about why is it that your level of education has such an impact on social class as you move up the scale?
Oh, that goes... Well, education obviously is going to help with how much money you're going to be making.
Why?
Because the more education you have, the better skill set you have, so you can get a better job. And so if you don't really have an education, you're just going to be getting lower end jobs, minimum wage. So you're not going to be making enough money to really be on your own or have the nicer things that are going to put you up in social class.
So here's the tough question. If we all know this, why don't we all get more skill set?
Just a lot of people are just lazy, or things come up in their lives where they just can't. And so it just prevents them from doing it at the moment.
From a perspective of education, what can educators do to inspire kids to achieve to higher levels and achieve higher social classes based on this analysis?
Help kids find what they want to do early in life, rather than when they get into college they're just barely figuring that out. So if they already know what they want to do in high school, they're already going to be pursuing that in high school. Because obviously all of us in the Academy of Finance like business, so we kind of already know what we're going into, and so that's why we're pursuing business right now.
Good. Okay, keep going.
Next level, some college. So this is people who are living in cheap living. They still might have their high school car, a minor upgrade, nothing too fancy, and their jobs haven't really gotten too better either. Still working minimum wage, fast food, and pretty much the same as high school, except that they just have a little bit more college, a little bit more skill level than the high school kids.
Good. Keep going.
All right, master's degree. These are people who have very nice living. They have very good jobs. They have a very good skill set put into place. They went to college for 6 years. Yeah, 6 years. So they have better jobs, and so obviously they're making more money. So they're getting more things. So they're higher in the social class. They have nicer cars, nicer houses, 4-wheelers, boats, things like that. They're going on vacation a lot, and so they are presented higher. And then obviously as it gets higher, it's getting smaller because not as many people are getting to this point in their lives.
Is the maximum happiness at the peak, or are people at a lower level happier than those at the highest levels?
That depends, because some people are fine flipping hamburgers. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, they're happy doing that. So in their perspective, they are up here, but in other people's perspective, they're down here.
Especially since you guys use that Maslow's hierarchy in your construction, it's kind of an interesting question, because where are we happiest? And I think some of us are not going to be happiest at the peak level of education, but we certainly want to.
Yeah, some people are just fine, just working as a mechanic, or there's nothing wrong with those jobs. I mean, those are perfect jobs. I mean, if they're happy doing it, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Next, professionals. This is when you're getting into a lot nicer things. These people have really big houses. These are, professionals. There's going to be your doctors, your lawyers, people who are very successful.
Sometimes they don't spell very well, but.
I didn't spell it.
Oh, man.
We're in the rare percentage. We don't even know how to spell. But obviously those are people who are extremely successful in what they do, very high-end people who are stockbrokers, very successful entrepreneurs, people who have gone to a lot of school, they have a very high skill level, and in the workforce they're very wanted.
Okay. Good. Very good, Tom. Did you want to say more?
That's okay.
No, I'm sorry, I kind of cut you off, but.
Then we put the pro athletes in there because there's a very small percentage of people who go pro, and they kind of just skip the whole schooling part. They just kind of get there.
So our society is not necessarily 100% based on this educational
Yeah.
factor, but as a rule, education plays a big role in social class.
Yeah, and obviously, and then there's that rare 1% of people who do something crazy, and like how Google, when they first started out in the garage, Facebook, they started out with a small idea and hardly having any, well, it was at Facebook, but hardly having any education, and make something great and become billionaires overnight. And
The guy who started FedEx got a C- on his proposal at Utah State as a business student. He went ahead and did it anyway. Did you know that? Yeah, it's a fabulous story.
see, so that's the people who are really in the higher class of Maslow's thing, because they know who they are, and they know what they're doing, and they're very confident in what they're doing, so they make it work.
Excellent. Thanks, Tom.